Today, we're going deeper into this journey through the 12 steps, and we've arrived at step 2. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Now, if step 1 is about admitting the truth, that life has become unmanageable, step 2 is about discovering hope. It's the moment we begin to believe that healing and sanity are possible. For many, this step raises questions. What does a power greater than ourselves mean? Does it have to be God, religion, some specific belief system? The answer is no. In AA, a higher power is deliberately open to interpretation. It can mean God as you understand God. It can mean the collective strength of the recovery community. It can even mean the simple reality that you're not the center of the universe, and that help can come from beyond you. The point is this: if step 1 acknowledges the problem, step 2 opens the door to the solution. It asks you to believe that you don't have to stay stuck, that there is a source of restoration beyond your own willpower. Let's talk about that word sanity. What does it mean in this context? In AA language, insanity often refers to repeating the same destructive patterns and expecting different results. Drinking again and again after swearing it off, hiding the truth and believing no one will notice, hurting yourself and others, but hoping somehow it will all work out differently this time. That cycle is insanity. Step 2 is saying there is another way. There is a power that can interrupt that cycle and restore clarity, stability, and peace. Think of someone who's been lost in a dense forest, wandering in circles, exhausted and disoriented. Step 2 is like seeing a light in the distance, maybe a cabin, maybe a fire. You don't know exactly what it is, but you know it's something outside of yourself that could mean safety. Belief is choosing to walk toward that light. Now, belief doesn't always happen in a flash. For some, step 2 begins as a tiny seed. Maybe I don't have to live like this anymore. Maybe there's help. That's enough. Belief doesn't have to be perfect or certain. It just has to begin. Let's slow down together. Take a breath. Ask yourself, what do I put my trust in when I feel powerless? What could a power greater than myself mean to me? Could it be community? Could it be love? Could it be the wisdom of those who've walked this path before me? This step is not about blind faith. It's about willingness. Willingness to let hope enter the room. Willingness to admit that maybe, just maybe, something beyond you can bring you back to life. And here's something important. Nobody is asked to define this perfectly on day 1. Many people's understanding of a higher power grows and changes as they move through the steps. At first, it might simply be the power of the group, the fact that other people have stayed sober. That in itself is a kind of proof that recovery is possible. That's enough to believe in. One person once described it like this: step 1 is standing on the edge of a cliff, realizing you can't go back. Step 2 is seeing a bridge appear in the mist. You don't know who built it or how strong it is, but you see others walking across it, and you start to believe it might carry you too. Living step 2 can be very practical. When you wake up each morning, instead of saying, "I've got to control this all by myself," you can whisper, "I'm willing to believe help is available." When you feel the urge to return to old patterns, remind yourself, there's a power beyond me that can restore me if I let it. And here's the beauty. You don't have to understand everything to take this step. You just have to be open to the possibility of hope, open to the possibility of sanity, open to the idea that your story doesn't end here. So, as we sit with a step 2, I invite you to reflect. What would sanity look like in your life? What would peace feel like? Can you allow yourself to believe, even just a little, that it's possible? Because belief, no matter how small, is the seed of transformation. And that seed, when nurtured, grows into the courage and faith that carry us through the rest of this journey. Thanks for walking with me through step 2. Hold on to hope. Believe that restoration is possible. The journey continues one step at a time.